And in football tonight, our Dons heading down. Jonathan is there live.
Yes, MK Dons' fate could be felt tonight in West Yorkshire. They really need to beat Bradford here this evening and hope other results go their way. Otherwise, League Two looms.
Next tonight, they've lost their manager and they might be about to lose their place in League One. Tonight is a massive night for MK Dons. They're facing relegation. Even a win in Bradford might not be enough to save them. Well, our sports editor, Jonathan Park, is there for us tonight. John, this is one of our biggest clubs, but they have had a truly miserable season, haven't they?
Yeah, it's been a terrible season, Janine, really. Only 3 years ago they were getting promoted to the Championship, but now they're on the verge of being relegated to League Two, and it's an ominous situation. That's not just the weather, I must say, as well. It's been raining here heavily all day long. The pitch is very soggy and deep. It's a lovely setting here at Valley Parade, high above the town centre, but it could well be the place that MK Dons' fate is sealed tonight with that relegation. Let's take a look at the league table just to show you exactly how it looks from MK's point of view. They're down in the bottom four alongside Northampton Town. The Cobblers just 2 points from safety, while MK Dons are 6 points from safety. Now, Rochdale and Oldham also play this evening, and regardless of what MK Dons do tonight, if they both win, we think that MK Dons are down. So their fate is very much not in their hands. Alongside Northampton and MK, they have very bad goal difference, which also is almost equal to a point, you could say. Been a very turbulent week. MK Dons have parted company with Dan McKeachie here for only 3 months, really. A disastrous spell in charge. Pete Winkelman has apologised for that appointment. Keith Millen is in temporary charge. He might have a chance of getting the job permanently, but he says the players tonight just need to put a performance in for the club.
You need to make sure the players are aware that unfortunately the manager takes the brunt of the performances, but it's everyone that's really not performed, the staff, the players. We've not got the wins that we needed. One thing I've learned is the players are quite resilient and they bounce back pretty quick. That's how it has to be. I mean, we can't feel sorry for ourselves today, and we've got to try and get a result and a performance tomorrow that hopefully we can sort of dedicate to Dan.
Well, with me is somebody who has seen many MK Dons games this season, endured many MK Dons games this season, I should say. Luke Ashmead from BBC Three Counties Radio. We're battling with the tannery, Luke, but terrible season. You know, can they recover from this predicament, or is it all over?
Well, I mean, if they did recover, it would be a miracle, to be honest with you. There's a positive and a negative here this evening. If MK Dons lose and Oldham draw and Rochdale win, they're down, and that will happen this evening. So that's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is that MK Dons win tonight, Rochdale and Oldham both lose, and then they've got 2 games left and they've got a chance, but I mean, they're leaving it late, very, very late.
If you're the real football optimist, then you might be going for the latter of those suggestions. Now, Pete Winkelman's put so much time, effort and money into this club over the years. He's had good times, he's in a bit of a really bad time at the moment. Should we feel sorry for somebody like that?
I'm not sure I feel sorry. I can understand his pain and I can understand his frustration, but I think from his apology yesterday, he takes the responsibility for what's happened this season and maybe going back to the relegation from the Championship as well. The 2 managerial decisions that he's made in Robbie Nielsen and Dan McKeachie have been wrong, and they've failed, and they've got the club into this position right now. Feel sorry for him? I don't feel sorry for him, but I think maybe now the fans, once he's come out and apologised, which he's done, will get behind him and say, look, you've apologised, we accept that, now deliver. And delivery will be back to League One on the first attempt.
Thank you, Luke. We'll have to see about that. But, you know, it's all to play for here tonight, and we'll bring you an update in the late bulletin tonight. Back to you.
We certainly will. John, thank you very much indeed. Now, 3 years ago, they were promoted to the Championship. Tonight, they're on the verge of being booted back into League Two. MK Dons have had a dismal season, and this evening they lost to Bradford. Well, our sports editor, Jonathan Park, is in Bradford for us tonight. John, is there any way they can survive now?
Well, we can't say tonight MK Dons have officially been relegated, but what we can say is they are as good as down. It would take something of a footballing miracle for them to stay up now. They've got to win both of their matches, and they've got to hope that Walsall, Oldham and Rochdale all lose their last games too. Plus, if you're still with me, they've got to overturn a 13-goal difference. Very, very, very unlikely. Now, I spoke to caretaker manager Keith Millen directly after the game here. They lost 2-0, a couple of scruffy goals. Good performance from the team, though, really. But something that Keith Millen's never experienced before is this feeling.
The players are hurting, and I'm hurting. I mean, I've never been relegated as a coach or manager, so I don't want that on my CV. I've been relegated as a player, and it made me stronger, and that's what we have to become.
Well, it was sad watching the players trudge off towards the away fans at Valley Parade here tonight. They know their fate, really. The fans, to be fair to them, gave them a good send-off because they'd seen their team play well tonight. But let's be honest about it, MK Dons going to be playing League 2 football next season unless that miracle happens. And the weekend game against Scunthorpe this weekend is going to be a pretty sombre occasion at Stadium MK. Back to you, Janine.
Thank you, John.